There it is. Constantine. March 7, 321. The first Sunday law in the Roman Empire since the first advent of Christ. Red words at the bottom. No buying, no selling on the day of the sun, S-U-N. That means Sunday worship came from sun worship. Sunday came from sun. That's paganism. Don't argue with history and the Bible. Come out of sun worship. That's heathen worship. Next. There it is. A day for worship and prayer. Constantine said that. Don't argue with me. That's evidences. Next. What happened? There it is, friends. Constantine was actually influenced by church leaders to enforce Sunday. Actually saying it will spread your influence. Does that sound familiar today? Oh, Mr. Donald, if you follow our agenda and force church doctrines, even Sunday worship, you'll become a modern day Constantine. You'll have more power in the world. That sounds very familiar. Next. There it is, friends. What happened? While Sunday on the Sabbath, it's right there, friends, history. While Sunday on the Sabbath were on the same plane. The Sabbath, biblical Sabbath, was demoted. And Sunday was correspondingly exalted. You see it now? And God's people on the seventh-day Sabbath were prosecuted and killed. So what's coming? Now, may I give you history? This cannot be refuted. Do you know in the Bible, Constantine is depicted as the era of the black horse in Revelation 6? You need to understand this. But before the black horse, there was a red horse. And the red horse in Revelation 6, verse 3 and verse 4, it typifies bloody persecution for God's people beginning under Emperor Nero. Paul was killed by Nero. The Christians were persecuted by Nero. Does that sound familiar today? What is Project 2025 and Christian nationalists are saying now? Christians are being persecuted by the left. The left have taken over the state and forcing us against our conscience. We are being prosecuted. We can't speak about God in the public sphere. That sounds familiar. Next, there it is. That is the red horse, Constantine, persecution. But listen now, friends. Then came what? The black horse, the time of Constantine. And there was something called the Edict of Milan. Look it up. Edict of Milan that brought an end to Christian persecution. In that same time period, black horse, peace, what happened? Constantine now brought in Sunday worship, sun worship, along with Sabbath worship by law. Do you see it now? And then Sunday was exalted, the Sabbath was demoted. Does that sound familiar today? We want Christians to thrive in America publicly, in the public schools, in the public square. Does that sound familiar today? So what's coming next? Sunday worship. Do you see it now?